sure you guys have seen some of the news going around with Chelsea Handler. She likes to pop up at the news just to pop up because she's not that relevant anymore. So this is her way to stay relevant. Kelly, you can actually go to the comment that she made when it comes to. If we want to play this video. So she reacts to, goes back to an old joke. She gives the old joke, 50 Cent is going back to 20 Cent. And that's his comment. And it's an old joke for an old comedian. And I think watching the video, you'll kind of see a little bit of her reaction to some of the statements. If we want to play it, Kelly.
You heard about my ex-boyfriend, right? 50 Cent and his support of Donald Trump.
Yeah, what's going on between you? I saw your tweets and I go, wait, what's happening? Because you said he was your favorite ex-boyfriend, and then what does he do? He's supporting Trump?
Two of the least funny people in the world right there.
62% of taxes, which, by the way, isn't a plan of Joe Biden's. That's a lie. So he doesn't want to pay 62% of taxes because he doesn't want to go from being 50 cent to 20 cent. And I had to remind him that he was a black person, so he can't vote for Donald Trump, and that he shouldn't be influencing an entire swath of people who may listen to him because he's worried about his own personal pocketbook. So I haven't heard back from him yet, but I am willing to, seal the deal in more ways than one if he changes his mind and publicly denounces Donald Trump. I might be willing to go for another spin, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yikes.
Yeah, it's like driving a car with 1 million miles on it.
Yes, you have someone pushing such an agenda just because that's the crowd that she's in. And when in reality, it's hurting the people who support her. And it's obnoxious to see her. 1 minute she's, oh, that's my favorite ex. Oh, he's gonna vote for Trump, but I'll sleep with him if he denounces. It's like all of these sound bites just for eyes because she's not able to come back into the news. So it's disturbing. And then the agenda she pushes with even that behavior of I'll sleep with you, you've denounced Trump. Like, how low can you go to let it go? Like, it's just very disturbing to see.
Can someone clip this? Can someone clip this? Because this is textbook.
It's
racism.
terrible.
This is racism.
Right.
Yeah.
Everything else is like
She's a Democrat.
I want to remind him that he's black.
But she's a Democrat.
What is that?
But it's for the views.
She's exempt. She's a Democrat.
Using the comedic side to get away with things. And today we need to use the comedic side to help give out information in a way people don't get offended. But you have someone like that getting away with murder, right? She's talking about racism. She's saying all the BS just for the views. And at the end of the day, it helps her pockets because they're probably giving her money.
Yeah, she pops back up into the news with these comments like this. And this isn't new. She does this every couple months just to remind us that she's relevant.
Yep.
Because these clips are her legacy.
Yeah.
This is what she's leaving behind.
Yeah.
Because she has opted for the lifestyle of a bitter alcoholic wine aunt with no children.
She got in beef with
Adam. Yeah, I know.
Adam,
She gave a lot of heat to Adam.
Yeah.
Exactly. Maybe we can get some of that
reality.
too now.
But here's the thing. Here's also the thing. You also have somebody who she is vouching for the camp that she's on based on the reality that she has. She does not have a family. She does not have children. So if she was to sit there and you should have a family and you should have kids, I would not listen to her because she doesn't have either of them. So I could see why she's pushing what she's pushing because that's her reality. But what you have to be careful is that you're pushing that onto people who you're saying that's the reality you want for these individuals. Today, we need to have families come back together. We need families, to have children and stuff like that. But you have someone like her promoting, get drunk in the morning, masturbate, do all these things. You don't need a husband, forget men. It's like, that's not what the U.S. needs. And it's corrupting everybody slowly but surely.
Wait, so
Brandon, before you have an opinion,
Okay.
I'm going to remind you that you're white. So behave accordingly.
Am I restricted to certain things? Yeah, no. So I mean, like,
You can support Trump with
how
your
do these
skin color.
how do these two realities exist at once? Like, riddle me that. So you have her on one hand saying, "Wait, 50 Cent, you're black. You're not allowed to vote for Trump." But then you have Candace Owens, who gets called an Uncle Tom by white members of Congress. So how is it like that? Democrats are so protected by the media that white Democrats can say things about black people and say what they should and shouldn't do because of their color, but then people who are black Republicans get in trouble because they're being called an Uncle Tom because they're somehow being disloyal to their party. And I mean, that's why I've seen so many clips of black people saying they're supporting Trump. Like I literally haven't ran into a black person in the past year that said they're voting for Biden. So I mean, that's the exciting part about this. And I think they're like they're feeling helpless and desperate, and they're just lashing out like this now.
And they're waking up, and I know we'll probably play
I
this.
mean, Chelsea's lashing out and feeling desperate and hopeless.
Yeah, but I think a lot of people, even in the different communities, are waking up from this past election and this upcoming election. I think we'll even see 50 Cent's statement that he's making about this upcoming election. I think that's very important that you have people like 50 Cent speaking up. And honestly, I think it's important that Chelsea does come in and chime in so that people can really see both sides and then decide where they stand. Because without one, sometimes you don't think about the other. So as terrible as, this is, as she's giving this agenda, I think it is needed, because then you have people like 50 Cent coming in and responding, and I think we can play the response that he has for this year.
Oh, he did respond.
Yeah, he did
Before we go
respond.
to that, I do want to say one thing. Some people's lives are warnings for others, and some people's are examples. And if being like her that's where it leads, like, a single miserable alcoholic telling other races what to do, it's like we should put her, like a spotlight on her so everyone sees, like, this is not how you should behave.
Yeah.
And what that
Wow,
party
Tony
stands for.
coming in
Yeah.
hot. I need to
Yeah.
remind you that you're a person. All right? So let's see the response.
This is the where he discusses Trump for this year, where he stands.
We're heading into another election, so have you made a decision about who you're
I'm
going to
not
support?
sure how to answer that question, to be honest with you.
Have you made a decision?
I haven't.
What do you see as the significance of African American men in this election for both of you?
I see them identifying with Trump
Why do you say that?
because they got RICO charges.
RICO charges.
But you know what?
I don't
As
know if he was
funny and
referencing the
terrible as
case
that
that-
is, it's true. That's a community that, there you have more of that. And so when they have someone like Trump who's been through it, I think he's a good person to get them through it. So as much as it's maybe shocking for some people in that community, I think it's something to consider. And at the end of the day, people like to take advice from people that they can relate to. So I don't know. It's good to kind of see him even push back a little.
And they're seeing it firsthand. Like, we've heard this all like throughout time that black people have been unfairly tried by white juries. That's been something as old as time. But now they're seeing firsthand a Democrat jury unfairly incriminate Trump. So, that's going to resonate with them in a really powerful way that I guess the establishment didn't anticipate. Because, they're the biggest victims of this jury process that's kind of unfair.
Tony, what do you think?
Well, I was thinking, he said he hasn't made a decision. I was going to say, what does it take to make a decision at this point? The
he
economy
made a
is-
decision.
He made a
He's just
decision.
playing,
I think he's just,
he's making a political statement.
He took pictures with all the Republicans.
Yeah.
And
But he's
hanging
hanging
out with Lauren
he took
Boebert.
pictures with Nancy Pelosi,
and Nancy
though,
Pelosi,
too.
because she's a gangster.
Yeah.
But not in the good kind.
Yeah, not the
But
good
she is a
kind.
gangster.
Well, the thing is, you got to remember, we currently have a president who said if you don't vote for him, you ain't black.
Yes.
Yep.
So, Brandon, don't be surprised that this is what Chelsea Handler's saying.
She's gonna take advantage of
Exactly.
anything to push whatever her agenda is.
And on the separate track, I think it's circling back to her remark. It's very amusing that all the worst women try to use sex as a way to get people to sell out politically. She's like, oh yeah, 50. If you sell your soul and condemn Trump, even if you think he's a good candidate, I'll have sex with you. Yeah, that's definitely a tempting offer.
It's so not enticing. It's like a gift card to Olive Garden or something.
I
Like
know.
if somebody asked me to eat out of
Hey.
the trash.
When Madonna,
And he's not keeping his money right, keeping his image right. Going to the gym. He might be 50. 50 might be 50, or even I don't know.
50.
How old do you think he is?
Probably 50, but he's still jacked and has
I
money.
know,
and
but
she-
still- he's still-
yeah.
she's busted. She hit the
A
wall of her
very,
career
very-
and her age and
Chelsea
looks.
would definitely get the better
Yeah.
end of that deal. But then remember, after the 2016 election, Madonna was offering blowjobs to anybody who blew up the White House.
But you,
What?
but you have women that don't have the what is Adam has taught everyone. Women are beauty objects, right?
Not her.
And at the end of the day, when you are at a certain age, marketing that for you to get what you want has little to no value. And so you see her, and you see her trying to market that, and as much as it's something that the women market, it makes it looks so bad because of who she is. It's just
But we're
totally
gonna
off.
we're gonna put it up to vote. Guys in the chat, Amy's gonna do a poll right now. Would you rather Chelsea Handler or voting for Trump? Let it rip.
Wait,
Wait,
would
if
you
vote
what?
for who?
Would you rather
Like
sleep
voting for
with
Trump
Chelsea?
or Chelsea Handler. I can't.
Oh my
decide.
God,
Yeah.
that's not even a
That's-
fair
it is-
poll.
it is a-
Well,
That
we
is
want
not
to
a
see
fair
who's
poll.
really going to take that bad deal in the chat. We're curious.
Yeah, who's
Out
getting?
yourself
No, okay,
down
there's
below.
a better poll. Who's
Or-
getting the better deal?
Or
50 or
Oh,
or how about this?
well,
Could-
but that's
could-
even easy because the man is he's getting the better deal. Period. Point blank. Because as he ages, he's got more time to recuperate. She is slowly dying into her death.
I know we have to move to the next topic, but I can still remember the first time when oh God, I'm so old now. I'm carbon
you're
dating
not.
myself.
not.
But I remember it in the club dropped. Jesus Christ, it blew my brains.
Which one was
Like, you can find me in the club.
Oh yeah.
I remember. You remember this
Yes.
too.
That's a
don't
good
don't
song.
leave me
It was the
hanging.
hottest
That's a
Don't
good
leave me
song.
hanging.
Yeah.
I remember when that song came out, it blew my brains. It blew my brains. The beat was so hard.
Yeah.
Like, and it's still a classic. When did it come out? 2005?
Something around
So
there, yeah.
2005, it brings the roof down.
It does.
2015, it brings the roof down.
Yeah.
2025, I can guarantee you that song will bring the roof down.
Yes.
So good on
100%.
50, hits, jamming.